it's the 4th of July. Happy Independence Day to the Americans that watch my videos. We kind of last minute decided that we need to cut wheat today because there's a pretty good chance of rain this week and we don't really have the combine ready at all. This is our new combine, S670, that we got over the winter. We kind of thought that we'd be able to take today off and then get the combine ready tomorrow and cut wheat middle of the week, but there's a good chance of rain. The rain is welcome. We need the rain very much, but we also need to get the wheat out. So got a couple things I need to do to this combine. Here's a box of parts here. Got our filler plates. If you guys watched last year, I had to do some work to the 9670 to be able to put those in. Also need to get a monitor and a GPS receiver on the combine. Got to get a field view drive, iPad in there, probably grease it, check the tires. I'll probably just kick them. We're gonna get going here. We got a lot to do. So if you guys watched that video last year that I did, I think I called it Shop Work Symphony. It was kind of a pretty dramatic video of me trying to install these filler plates in our old combine. Pretty simple process. This one's already set up for it. It's got the brackets in there and they actually came with the machine. So you just gotta take these plastic rotor covers out. I think I want to leave those clips in for now, that way they're not in my way. Then you slide them in. They go in the first two slots of the rotor. I might have to pull the concaves all the way up. I can't remember. We'll see if it slides in. Odds are I'm going to have to do that. Well, maybe not. Yeah, I'm going to have to raise the concave up, but you just slide them in. They hook on the other side, and then you clip them here in these little latches. I think I can raise the concaves with just turning the key on. So, let this thing power up. We don't need the air on right now. This should be pretty similar to our old combine. Push the button and crank it all the way up. Yep. I can hear it. That must be it, 31. Let's see if that helped. Oh, I went the wrong way. Well, I hope I didn't mess anything up, because I smashed the filler plate down against the shoe augers. Yeah, everything looks fine. We'll see if it'll slide in there now. It should. There's that one, I think. Can I get this one? Yep, there's that one. There. Now I should be able to hook these. Ah, that fell down. What in the world? Well, that one fell off the other side, but you guys get the point. So this combine isn't really set up ideally for wheat. It's more of a corn and soybeans or large grain type of machine. So we have to put these filler plates in. Ow, watch your head on that. We got to put these filler plates in because the wheat, if you don't, will just fall right through as soon as it gets into the rotor, and then you'll have a lot of junk in your grain tank. So that just kind of keeps it in the rotor longer, lets it separate a little bit better, and then lets it fall through the cracks to get cleaned. So got that job done. I was gonna grease this thing, but it was sold field ready, and I guess field ready means already greased because all the fittings have fresh grease on them. You can tell it. And I don't really like to over grease things. So for 75 acres, I think it'll be good enough. One of those filler plates, the reason why it kept falling down is because it was bent on the other side where it hooks. I tried to straighten it and noticed that one of the welds was broke. So I just went and got one off the other combine. They're the same. Next project, got to get this monitor out of the 235, get it in there. Might have to get creative with the mount because that has a quick release mount thing in it, and we don't have the right hardware to go on that, so we'll see what we can do here. Also need this iPad mount. That one already has one of the ball mounts in there, so I should just be able to pop this off and slide it on there. See, it's got this little fancy whoop-de-doo here, and I'm not sure if I can make that work, so we'll just see what we can do. Got the monitors in the cab. Now we need to figure out how to set this thing. Got the slide chart here that was in the cab. Hopefully that'll help us out. Brian said there's a little clip you gotta use like a screwdriver or something. I don't know how it works. Feed accelerator speed high. It should be all similar to our other machine, but it's been a minute since I set that one, so kind of got to have a refresher course. So we need to spin the rotor a little bit to get the threshing speed transmission changed, and the belt backed off over the winter, and we can't turn it by hand. So we need to back the combine out of the shed and run the machine a little bit. Battery sounded a little weak. I don't love that. See what that did. Well, the combine's pretty much ready to go. Got the monitors in, got the globe on. I think we got our, well, I guess I got to change my settings in the cab yet. We also got to get a truck ready. Dad's working on that. Got to get the hoppers on. We weren't ready at all to cut wheat, so we got to do everything today. Just scramble. Seems like that's what happens every time, but whatever. Just go with the flow, I guess. So this truck needs a radiator. We've been kind of limping it by for a while, and it's time, so kind of got to add antifreeze to it every time we use it, but hopefully that can get fixed soon. Locked up. Tires are good. We're gonna run the combine out to the field real quick, then we gotta go to Dad's and get our auger set up on the bin and get, I don't know if he got the other truck swapped over to the hopper yet, but we're not gonna run the grain cart because we don't really have enough help. So we're gonna run both trucks, and one of us will just, you know, cut wheat, dump in the truck, the other one will dump the other truck while the other one's getting filled, if that makes sense. Also got something kind of exciting that I'll show you guys when we get to the field. I think it's exciting anyway. Maybe you guys won't care, but I think it's pretty cool. When we get to the field to actually cut, I'll show you that. So we are sort of kind of test driving a Draper header. We've kind of pretty much told the guy we'd take it already, but he said we could try it out on wheat and make sure we want it for sure. So this is a 635 FD 35-foot John Deere Draper. We've never had a Draper before. I've never ran a Draper before, so hopefully there's not too much of a learning curve. Should be able to figure it out. So we're gonna go get things set up at home and come back and see if we can get this done today, I guess. Get it, Roxy. Get it. Get it.
It's annoying to get a biplane.
Yeah.
It's annoying to get a biplane.
Could be
There's a
somebody.
biplane out there.
Could be somebody from somewhere else. So our next problem is, this is a new to us auger, and the thing doesn't want to slide on the track. It only goes up so far, and then it gets seized up, so we're trying to get that broke free. I wonder if it was like a demo auger or something.
Possible.
We're thinking it's never been raised up. We hooked it to the other tractor, thinking that maybe it was an issue with the 1206, but the auger raised, and I don't know. So the cylinder's apparently junk on this thing. That's probably why people got rid of it at auction. So I guess we can't use this auger because we can't raise it up. Well, Dad phoned a friend and we're gonna get an auger from him to borrow because that one's basically junk right now. So I'm gonna head to the field with the truck and see if I can get the combine figured out and cut enough to get a moisture sample, and hopefully the moisture's fine, and hopefully they can get the auger straightened out. So yeah, typical first day of wheat stuff. Nothing's ready, nothing works, but we'll figure it out. We got our wheat put in pretty late last year. I dropped a glove. And it was also pretty tough conditions. It was wet and far from ideal, basically. So late and wet, and we weren't really sure how this wheat was gonna turn out. It's got some thin spots towards the other end of the field where the water kind of messed it up. We got like a 2-inch rain the day after we planted it, so it's just kind of had a rough go, but it actually looks decent. Like I said, just some spots in the middle of the field where the water choked it out and the weeds came through, but we're still hopeful that we'll have a decent crop anyway. Let's see if we can get this beast figured out. I'm gonna try and cut enough to get a sample. If it seems like it's dry, I'm probably just gonna keep going. Last week a neighbor had some that tested in the 13s. I think he even got down in the 12s towards the end of it. We're hoping for like 15, 16. He got his planted earlier though, so I guess we'll find out. I need to get all my stuff set up here. Shut that down, start it back up. Equipment. Probably add new combine. John Deere S-Series S670. Alrighty, now we need to get the internal set up. So my chaffer needs to be 12 to 20. So we're gonna go 18, 17. We'll try that. And the sieve needs to be 3 to 8. So I'm gonna go down to 6. There we go.
concave clearance. Where's that at? 8 to 16. Let's try 10. 12. We'll try 12 for now. I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of guessing. Threshing speed range, cleaning fan range. Got to do that while it's running. Okay. Start it up. So that needs to be 750 to 950. Oops. We'll do 850. Try that. And cleaning fan needs to be 800 to 950. 1250. We'll do 900. Try that. Why does that keep popping up? I don't care. And where was I at? 900. There we go. Well, the header works. That reel is really flying. We don't need it to be going that fast. There we go. Draper seems like it's going awful fast too. How do I do that? Well, I don't exactly know what I'm doing, but I've ran a combine before. Just see what happens, I guess. Why is the reel stopping when I move? What in the world? What am I doing wrong? Okay, automatic reel speed was on, and I don't like that, so I turned that off. See what happens, I guess. Well, I successfully cut enough for a sample. My sample looks pretty dirty. I'm assuming that I need to adjust the sieves and the cleaning fan. I also didn't have my Hydroflex pressure set up all the way. We don't really have the wheat crop kit on this head, so we just cranked the Hydroflex pressure up all the way, so it wasn't wanting to grab these little bit in the middle because the cutter bar was kind of sagging down. So I had it basically on soybean mode where it would sit on the ground and flex, and I had to shut that off. So we got a little bit. The monitor's saying 13.5. It's actually saying pretty good yield too, so I think we should be okay. I guess I need to look back here and see how much I'm throwing out the back. As dirty as my sample looks, I don't think I'm losing much. Yeah, I'm not really seeing any seed on the ground. We combined a tank load. I think I got this thing sort of figured out. Got some visitors. Garrett, were you cranky this morning? Were you cranky this morning? He's just saying tractor now. So I guess he just needed some tractor time. He's a little bit better now. Garrett, are we in a tractor? Yeah? Can you say combine? That was pretty close. Well, Maria and Garrett took off. They're going to visit Grandma and Grandpa today. So I'm kind of bummed I couldn't go with them, but Gotta get this weed out. While I was out putting him back in the car, realized that my rock trap was open. So at least I only harvested 9.2 acres like that. Oh well, I don't think I lost a whole lot. Anyways, things are still going pretty decent. Kind of getting this draper thing figured out, getting this combine figured out. I like it so far. Like it a lot. So I've been running this Harvest Smart deal, and it's actually pretty slick. It senses engine power, so it'll run it up to 100% max power, and it also senses pressure, I'm assuming from either the tailings or the clean grain, and it'll adjust your speed. It's actually kind of nice because this cab is so quiet, I can't really hear the engine. You know, if I get into a tough spot, I can't hear the engine get pulled down. So it just kind of does its own thing and adjusts for me. So pretty slick. I didn't even know that this combine was capable of doing that. Well, this dump should fill the truck. Wheat's doing a lot better than we thought it would. Dad's definitely not going to be able to keep up. So, yeah, don't have anybody to run the grain cart, but that wouldn't do us any good anyway because we can't keep up. So, I'm going to run this truck in once I get it full, and we're just going to see if we can knock this thing out today. This truck doesn't sound as cool. So as one could imagine, you got a lot of time to think when you're running a combine by yourself all day. Today, kind of what I've been reflecting on is our nation's independence and our freedom that we enjoy here in this country. Freedom isn't free, and it's definitely worth fighting for. So I realize a lot of people in the world don't enjoy the freedoms that we do. So maybe even some of you watching this video, you aren't blessed with the freedom that we have here in this country. Freedom is something that is totally worth fighting for. A lot of men and women have died just to protect that freedom, and it doesn't have to be just on the front lines. It starts right at home with you. If you are a United States citizen, you have the power to vote, and that is a very strong power that you hold in your hands. So don't take it for granted. I know I take freedom for granted all the time. You know, it's what I was born into, and you don't really think about it, but it's not something to be taken lightly, and we always got to fight for it. And that's all I got to say about that. We are getting pretty close to the finish line. We got about, I don't know, 20 acres left. And it's kind of getting blue over there to the west. Looks like it could rain. There's a shower on the radar. It looks like it's going to go north of us. I'm kind of torn. I want to have enough time to finish this wheat, but I really do need some rain. So if we get rained out, I'll be happy. But if we don't, I'll be happy we can finish this. So we're just going to keep rocking on, try to get this done. We also want to get beans planted in this, so I don't know how that's going to play out, but stick around, you'll see. So in this part of the world, we kind of aim for 80 to 100 bushel per acre wheat, and it is running anywhere from 110 to 130 in this spot, which is incredible. The whole field won't average that, but this part of the field is really, really good, and it really slows the combine down when it hits 130. Needless to say, I'm very happy with the yield. I don't know if we're gonna make it. We're starting to get some raindrops on the windows, and there's some pretty serious lightning. I can hear the thunder in the cab here. Yeah, we're getting a little bit more sprinkles over there. Oh boy, we got, let's see, 75 and we got 68 done, so we got 7 acres left. I'm pushing as hard as I can to try and, don't want to slug this thing, but I also want to get done. I would like to be able to put this thing in the shed too, so it doesn't get rained on, but I don't know. We're just gonna keep pushing. Well, I don't think we're gonna make it. We have 1 pass left, right there. And it is actively raining now. That stinks. If it had gave me another 10 minutes, I could have got it done. Oh well, what do you do? Change of plans, we're just gonna go for it. Rain kind of let up. It's pretty tough, so we're just gonna take it easy on this last pass. Try not to slug anything full. The moisture's still reading 14%, so we should be okay. I'm not too worried about that. I'm just worried about the grain, or the stalk being wet going through the machine, and it just gets tougher when it gets wet. So 1 pass, I guess we're just gonna risk it for the biscuit, as they say. Yeah, I'd say we're gonna get a little bit of rain eventually. There's some lightning over there. So one issue I'm having, I've been having this issue all day, but it's worse now that everything's wet. The center belt has a brush on the front of it. I'll show you guys when I raise up, but I think what that's supposed to do is keep beans from falling out underneath the brush, and the guy we're buying this thing from told us that he has trouble in short beans. He never cut wheat with it, so in short beans, they would just sit on that brush, and I'm having the same problem in wheat. It seems like I gotta cut it lower than I normally would, so the stalks are longer, and then it feeds in. Now that it's wet, see, it's just kind of building up right there. It doesn't want to feed real good, so that brush might have to come off. Well, we did it. Underneath all that straw, there's a brush with bristles that hang down over that belt. I don't know if that's an add-on, I'm pretty sure it is, but I'm thinking I'm going to take that off, because I do not like that. And we have a lot of short beans in our sand, so plus we cut wheat, and I'm having trouble in wheat, so we made it. It wasn't exactly pretty, but we got her done. Well, last year, if you watched my harvest videos, it was a lot wetter than this. We were harvesting in the mud. We couldn't even get all the wheat because we didn't have our rear-wheel drive on the combine yet. This year, wet in a different way. Actually harvesting in the rain. Not ideal, but we got it done. So I'm gonna get this truck out of the field. Don't know if we're gonna have time to get the combine in the shed or not. Now it's kind of starting to brighten up, so who knows what this rain's gonna do. Just a little bit frustrating. So get this truck out of the field, see what we'll do with this thing later. Thankfully we have friends that let us borrow stuff, because we kind of would have been screwed if we had to try and use this one. Can't raise it up. Well, we're gonna get this thing unhooked and get it put in the shed. Rain kind of broke up. I was kind of hoping we get a shower after we got this done, but kind of dissipated. Anyways, get in there. That's gonna do it for this video. I think this might be a long video. I've got quite a few clips, more than I normally do. So, anyways, wheat harvest, I guess it's not completely done. We have a 3-acre patch at the township that we have to cut, but we're not too concerned about that. We would rather take the rain now. If we don't get a whole lot of rain tonight, we're gonna plant beans here tomorrow. And if we do get some rain tonight, I'll be happy too. So anyways, thanks for watching Wheat Harvest 2022. Hope you enjoyed it. See you on the next one.